The 18th of July, 1:45 p.m., 2026. Tomorrow, from 5 to 7, okay, it's going to go down. There's 2 Port Townsend Police Department officers. I don't know, boy or girl. I'm cut from that. Don't know. But they're involved and they help federal agents come in. They say they're from the Marines, Army. It's one of these 2. It links to the Air Force that goes back to Washington, D.C., which was on my account constantly. Back when one of them set themselves on fire, who happened to be Palestinian. We know how fucking stupid the news has been. And nobody asked with critical thought about that. Okay, anyways. So it goes back to the location 1509 S Street Northwest, and it goes to this business, okay, this all in my mind, all my delusion, all my imagination business, okay, which goes to Vladimir Putin right on his lap, which goes to the Ukrainian, Albanian, these countries I put up. I can't remember my own name. I can't remember English words, so don't make me recite those smaller countries where that business was actually licensed out of, okay? It's no longer there. It's been a handful of years. The experts in their field did stuff and things. I'm not going to recall words and sit here and go, trying to recall a word, okay? The experts in their field did stuff and things to get it out of the ownership of the Eastern European crime mob, okay? Vladimir Putin is so involved in bed with the United States that he still does stuff and things big time in a horrible way with a lot of influence and power in the United States, okay? So we all know that. Okay, so he's so mad about the equipment, about the weapons, about the money. Now, the mafia can't get over the money. The real military ones that I hide from, they don't care about the money. They don't care about the houses. They're like me. They're not insane. They want the gear. They want the equipment. And no, I'm not insane. I'm not going anywhere near it. Nobody in their right mind would go anywhere near anything that has to do with those dudes unless you're one of those dudes. And how many times have I said that? If you're one of those dudes and you're good and you're not evil, then you can go there, but I'm certainly fucking not doing it. Okay, I don't want anything to do with those properties. I'm not even going 10 miles near those properties. I don't know where they put their equipment. I don't know how fucking close it is, and I don't fucking want to know anything about it. Anybody with common sense would stay at Motel 6. Vladimir Putin is so pissed off about all of that, and so pissed off about losing Washington State, and all these other stuff and thing reasons. I'm not going to sit here and list with my fucking earplugs sitting on a bench out fucking doors. Okay, that he's targeting me again, which is because I'm legally bound somehow, and I'm more than likely going to learn this. If I don't, he still targets me because it works for his advantage. The more I don't, the more I do, it doesn't matter to him, okay? So what I'm going to report is this. He's using Zach, the manager at Legion. He's the main guy. He's the manager. The 2 Port Townsend police officers who are dirty and corrupted are all together. I don't know how together and how in cahoots the Zach, the manager, the main guy is, but they're supposed to have a 911 call. It's supposed to be for me. I could just be sitting there reading, doing photos like the last time, and suddenly I look up, I'm being nice and quiet, and voila, there's 2 fucking cops. But it's not going to be Port Townsend. It's going to be federal law enforcement. They're from the Marines, which is the Trump side, not the good guy side, or they're from the Army, okay? And there's an Air Force link. So for the experts in their field, I don't think you need me to sit here and be rude about the Air Force and have to explain that to you. Certainly, anyone's going to explain and all the links and the connections, it would be you educating me, not the other way. So, okay. All right, so they're going to come in. There's 3 of them. They're visible. They're not in precinct. They're in federal law enforcement uniform, but we know they're not really feds, okay? They say that I was the mastermind, that I did it, and there's witnesses. They're going to make this a film me, talk about me, let me see, everyone watch. That's Vladimir Putin. That's Zelensky. That's the Saudi Arabian. That's the Donald Trump, and that's the Joe Biden. The stars, the famous terrorists, is that crowd. They love to be famous for their fucking atrocities, okay? The real fucking dangerous military that I shelter in place from, because you have a brain and you have some common sense, do not want to be famous. And they don't want the money, and they don't care about the houses. They want their gear, and they have plans, okay? And I'm out of it. I should stay out of it, and I don't know any more about it, okay? No, I'm cut from any information like that for my own good, and I'm grateful to God. Anyway, so I'm going to be booted out. One way or another, I'm out of Legion. Get her out. Get her out. Get her out of here. Just like S.St. Northwest. Just like 2219 Sherman Street. Wherever you find despots in active atrocity, war crimes, you find me getting booted out for doing nothing at all, okay? So I'm gonna have a contingency plan to go to the next fucking homeless shelter, being chased down the road from, goddamn, where in the United States have I been where I have not been chased around by fucking cops? And then just catch a little bus with my little bag and go crawl in that next homeless center. Keep filming this shit and have everybody say, oh, there's nothing going on here. No, nothing's going on. She imagines it all. And these fucking Americans need to get really checked, man. They need a reality check, and I'm going to pray to Malak Amot for this later. However you say his name, I can't remember right now. Okay, so the Americans, they need a reality check. You need to stop your delusions, and stop while you're in delusion telling anybody who's reality based that they're imagining everything. You need to knock it off. I tried to tell you nicely, but you just wouldn't listen. Okay, so from 5 to 7 tomorrow, she's out of here. And then they're just going to carry on with the same shit, different day, like I said this morning, for up to a year is their hopes, okay? We'll see what happens, because I'm putting this online. Sometimes that does help my situation. But as far as these 3 U.S. cooping traitors, by definition, to their sovereign territory, military men wearing federal law enforcement uniforms, doing an official arrest for terrorism, which has been on my account for so many years, I don't need to announce why they're coming. Okay, so, which is what I was saying this morning about the business, because my name is legally bound somehow. It just keeps coming up, and now the Jefferson County even wants to put it in their courthouse. So once it was processed, that statement about I imagined the business, that I own, read the statement verbatim. That's how they're going to say that they investigated me. And they're going to say that I, Heidi Granger, masterminded the entire compound, that I set it up, that I did all the everything. Like, I don't know how many multiple PhDs that I must have, considering they had every form of warfare known to mankind going on in there. And I masterminded all of it. I did it all. At that point, they should blame aliens, okay? All right, anyways, so they're going to say that I masterminded all of it and make an official arrest. And what's the motive for that? So that they can take it all back for Putin, okay? Take it all back for Trump. Take it all back for the Saudi Arabians. Take it all back for Joe Biden. Look, we've got it back. And then what are you going to do, Biden? Leave more American military equipment in Afghanistan? I'm giving it all back to the Taliban. The Taliban. They're nice. They're our friends. They're good to women. Okay, so that's what's going on. No matter what, I'm just going to keep getting kicked in that curb. I'm pretty pissed off. I'll never see or know anything. And you know what is really irritating? Is this whole time I could never talk about anything. But what the fuck do I do that for? So I can keep encountering dirty cop after dirty cop and then not talking about anything? There is a point, folks. But I can't do that to Lavrov. I can't do that to my U.S. Navy SEALs, U.S. citizens like I am. I can't do it to you. But please have it stop. Is this not bad enough? I know that all of you care. So when I get upset, I don't want you to get upset. I know. We're family. So let me just stay calm. I'm fucking had enough, okay? Adios.